Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about enlightenment and what enlightenment will get you. Okay, here's the deal. Enlightenment, let me ask you, what do you think enlightenment is going to get you? What's it going to get you? What's it going to do for you? Come on, let yourself go wild, right? You can probably imagine where this video might be going, but you don't know, right? What is enlightenment? What I mean when I say enlightenment, in this case, is becoming directly conscious of something absolute. Becoming directly conscious of what is absolutely true. It's becoming directly conscious of what is. What's that going to get you? What are you going to get? I might get a merit badge. I might get laid. It's going to make me rich. I'm going to experience freedom, and here's what I imagine most people are after when they pursue enlightenment, is they are after a better experience. I know that's how I approach this work at the beginning. I had a negative experience and I wanted out. I didn't want to be negative anymore. It hurt too much. And I imagine that most people, when they come to do consciousness work, that's what they're up to, is they want to get better, usually, or whatever else. You see, so then what's enlightenment going to get you? We hear stories about freedom. We hear stories about, I don't know, you tell me, what are the stories? What's enlightenment going to do for you? You're going to transcend the human plane. You're going to, what? You tell me. What's it going to give you? Go ahead, let yourself go. Yeah? What's it going to get you? And then notice, spoiler alert, it's not going to get you anything. Becoming directly conscious of the absolute is becoming directly conscious of what is already the case. See? It's already true. That means it's true right now as you watch the video and you consider with me, which I hope is what you're doing. Consider what is the case. What's true? And I can tell you, it will not get you anything. And then you might have something that you're like, well, oh my God, well, if it's not going to get me anything, it won't get me laid, like it's not going to feel good, it doesn't enhance my experience, then why do it? Why not? Just go for what's true. You see, or consider what happens. This is one of my favorites. What happens when an asshole gets enlightened? You have an enlightened asshole. Right? Changing the experience is different. Changing your experience is changing your experience. That's within experience. Enlightenment has nothing to do with experience. See, it's what's absolutely true now. Experience or no experience. Perception or no perception. Big bang or no big bang. See, that's what becoming conscious absolute is. And then you're going to want to change your experience. So a mistake that people make is they think like, oh, well, if it's not anywhere in my experience, then it's somewhere else. But then where else would it be? Because wherever else you go, you're there, you see? And experience remains. So then where is this enlightenment business? We mistakenly often will think of it as, oh, I have to go somewhere else to get enlightened. Or, if you're sitting at home, you might be thinking, well, I need to go to a spiritual ashram so then I can experience enlightenment. But if, say, you go to the ashram and say you put in all the work and say you get enlightened, then what are you going to do? Do you think you're somehow going to float away on a cloud of bliss? Do you think that if you get enlightened, somehow your body stops needing food and you stop experiencing being horny and you somehow don't have to work to make money to feed yourself? Do you think that is the case? Buddha was a beggar. What? Buddha ate and shat and died. See, the body, it doesn't change the body, but do you think it somehow changes your physiology or your biology? See? Or if you get enlightened, somehow then your mind will think a lot different thoughts than what you normally do. You'll totally transform as a person. But okay, say you do transform as a person. Then you're that person. And nothing else has changed, you see? This could all be different, and yet the truth remains, whatever that is. Whatever is absolutely true is already whatever is absolutely true. You see how that works? See, now, I'm just putting this out there for you. In terms of enlightenment, all of what I just said is definitely completely meaningless and worthless. It just doesn't matter. It really doesn't. And people might say otherwise, but no, it's not the case. So what could you do that's valuable in relationship to this video? What could you do that's valuable and empowering in relationship to what I just said? Probably the first thing you can do is just forget about it and throw it away. Second thing you can do is consider for yourself what is absolutely true and grasp it, and or grasp that it is possible for you to do that. As if do. You see what one problem with that is? I've used the word do, which implies some kind of doing, and you can't do anything about it. And yet you have to do it. So it's a paradox. Paradoxical. The good news is consciousness doesn't care about paradox. It can eat paradox for breakfast, like we say. You know, there was some Wheaties and some bananas and some paradox. Just no problem. We have a problem with paradox. Our minds have a problem with paradox. Our perceptive faculties have a big problem with paradox. We can't do that. But consciousness doesn't care. All right, so what to do about that? Hey, if you're considering becoming enlightened and this is like the first time you've even heard about this, great. There's a real possibility that you could have a direct consciousness of what is absolutely true. And you don't do that by trying to seek what is valuable or trying to seek a better experience or trying to seek a worse experience. You do that by intending to be conscious now, immediately. You want to know and open up and get conscious. That's the only way. It's the direct method. It's direct. There is no like via or road in this case and what I'm talking about here. See? So good. If this is the first time you're hearing about this, great. You should know enlightenment isn't for spiritual gurus. It's for anybody that wants to get enlightened. How do you think the first person did it? You ever think about that? Who's the first person to get enlightened? Did they have a teacher? The very first person? There's no way they had a teacher. Well, imagine that. So, you too. New possibility. If you've heard about enlightenment and you want to go for it, go for it. That's what I think is empowering in this case and will help you on that path, as well as a healthy dose of be honest. Because as Peter says, honesty has something to do with the truth. Okay? So there's the good news and the bad news. Enlightenment's not going to get you anything, but the good news is it doesn't matter. Okay? So thank you very much for watching. If you want to get serious, please check the links in the description. I'm Brendan Lee, in support of Consciousness and Skill Worldwide, which is founded by Peter Ralston. Take care.